Jay, thanks. Fostering connections. That's exactly what a new partnership between Nebraska Methodist College and a Council Bluffs homeless shelter is doing. As our Maria Cade shows us, it's benefiting more than the people receiving the services.
The first part of becoming an OT is, kind of being able to meet people where they are.
Occupational therapy students at Nebraska Methodist College are giving back. Every Thursday throughout November, they are working with people living at New Vision's homeless shelter as part of their field work. For this visit, it was games.
They've done like Tai Chi, they've done square dancing.
The partnership was formed through the Jenny and Benson Foundation's Caring for Our Communities program. While the goal is to give people at the shelter opportunities for physical movement, they aren't the only ones getting something positive.
Students benefit from learning how to kind of step out of their typical space, environment, and just engage with all members of our community.
It's also putting a renewed spotlight on the mental health of residents.
Unfortunately, some people are experiencing many traumas and things in their lives that just aren't great. So it just kind of gives them a release from the day-to-day, normal activities here.
And it's not just the OT students. Nursing majors were also on hand to give blood pressure checks.
I can have a bigger understanding of what I'm doing and how I can be the best practitioner that I can be going out into the world.
In Council Bluffs, Maria Cade, First Alert 6.
Maria, thank you. Organizers say they hope to bring enough students on board to provide one-to-one interactions with the people at the shelter.